so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to.
All right, here we go. Pure stock action tonight here. The Bad Company, Northwest Racing Association. And Corey, I tell you what, we came off this past Tuesday in a thriller for the championship for big blocks. It was wild. Those guys put on a good show here for the Northwest to conclude the series. But tonight, we got one more race after this. Next week, we crown a champ. So we're kind of setting it up here tonight here. With these old pure stock guys out here, and could be another thriller.
Yeah, I mean, Cruz Cadell coming in here tonight, the points leader by 47 points over Grady Ehrman. That's after the drop. That's before the drop points. We haven't calculated that in quite yet, and here we are. We're gonna roll into Heat 1.
Like you said, you talk about Cruz Cadell. He's going to start her out front. Old Grady Ehrman's going to be right there second. Blake Dole starting third. Stephen Gaines starting in fourth. Seth Castle in fifth. Cody Ernest, he's right there in sixth. Dan Stifler in seventh. Joey Brewer in eighth. Cody Heathcock, he's in the ninth place spot. So, let's hear who your favorite drivers are out there. Who you rooting for? Who you pulling for? Who you pulling for, Corey?
I'm not going to be biased. I can't really pick out of these two drivers.
Oh, they all good.
We'll see if Cruz is taking the money and see if it inverts the top four here for the heat races. Or if he decides to want to start on the pole. We'll find out once they roll off from the grid here.
Money man.
That's right.
Ought to be interesting because, like I say, we're setting it up here tonight. Gonna be a thriller for next week. Season finale here. The Bad Company. Pure Stocks. West Racing Association. Woo!
And doesn't look like they're inverting, so I guess not. All right. Feels like he needs to have a good night for points.
Feels like the first time.
A little 3/8 of a mile track down in Georgia. Got that red clay on it.
Red clay.
That Georgia
build a
clay.
house then. Build a house.
I guess.
Here we go. Lights on pace truck. Kicking off. We're getting set to go. Green flag racing in tonight. Pure stock action.
Green, green, green.
Cadell and company get out front. Ehrman's there with him, and they're already tagging each other around about third place.
And you got to remember, top 4 directly transfer on. Only 27 cars showed up tonight, so I think they start 20. Yeah, I think they start 24 to the feature, so we should have 3 going home, and all said and done after the B main. But here we go. We got the heat race to get through. Here, 10 laps. They're clicking off on the lap number 3 at the line. Still Cruz out front. Ehrman, Gaines, Doyle. They're all holding on. They got a little bit of a gap back to Seth Castle riding in the 5th position, trying to set himself up for at least a good start in the B main. If not, try to move up to that transfer spot.
Right now, everybody's in that single file, and you were talking about what it looks like out there, and kind of the cushion right now sitting in kind of the middle of the track. We'll have to see how that gets pushed up later on, if it does, because, you know, I think about it last night. It didn't get pushed up until later on, and we were talking about how this has changed a little bit with iRacing, how they were bouncing off the wall here.
Yeah, they affected the sprint car aerodynamics. Not sure if they did anything with these big street stocks, but they definitely did something with the dirt to where it calculates the level, like the height of the dirt or whatever.
Scientific stuff, huh?
Yeah, scientific side of things that I don't understand.
Yeah, me either. Adele right now has got it figured out. What's up, Four Wheeling? How you doing? These guys out here looking pretty good. It's kind of a single file. What we did notice about this track is it's a tough place to pass. Had to really get that momentum going. Right now, Ehrman is trying everything he can, see if he can get a run off the top side there. Cadell, he might try to swing it on the inside. Is he going to get the slide job? Or he's going to get up there and almost trade some paint.
Yeah, it's just going to be so hard to make a pass here in one of these big, heavy stock cars. You can't really carry a slider into the corner as much as you could in like a late model or a modified or even a sprint car. You definitely, I mean, you kind of got to pressure the guy in front. And you see Ehrman, he's trying to attempt the slider. Cruz Cadell going to block the last ditch effort here. Coming out of 4, he's going to pick up Heat 1 win. Ehrman 2nd, Gaines 3rd, and Blake Doyle will move on directly to the feature.
Out there, I think he's pulling for Wagman. Race 2. Bradley Means going to be out front in this one. Zachary Clark going to start 2nd. Kane Yates, he's going to start 3rd. Chris Hill 4th. On Frank's going to be in 5th. Blake Steele starting 6th. Steven Stefanski's going to be 7th. Jacob Stefanski's going to be there in 8th. And Tim Taylor starting in the 9th place spot. Hold on. Oh, yeah, he got his rust bucket out. Hang on. Hold on to the parts. You know, it'd be kind of cool in that paint job if they had like little duct tape on it somewhere.
Sure.
It would, you know, have it painted up to where it's like rust, and then like right there the transition hood and all have like little tape, duct tape. Let's go Bradley Means. Well, Bradley Means sitting on top. He's looking mean too. Car.
Yeah, all these cars look good out here. I mean, you know, these street stocks are just basically a big old billboard that you can put whatever you want on it. Big flat area, lots of room.
Yeah. You're running around with a big pancake on it. You got crayons. What's up, Chemo? Man, I ain't seen you in a while. What's up? Man, it's been a minute. Where you been hiding?
Okay, Joe, who is Chemo?
Chemo, well, man, he's been around since way back in the day, about like 2017. And since back when I did Extreme and all. So, he's been one of them who's been important. I haven't seen him in probably... Where he's been hiding under the couch. Maybe the house. I don't know. Race truck's in. He likes crayons, but I don't know if he eats them. Yeah, it's on him.
Wow. Alrighty. Well, you see Bradley Means out front here, heat number 2, and they are side by side, still behind him. So hopefully, see this track go multiple grooves, at least 2 grooves, if not maybe a 3rd groove open up at some point tonight. See if they do push it up towards the outside wall. But right now, the middle groove definitely being the ideal lane to be in. You see Lon Franks, he's trying to make the inside work. They are still side by side. That's for the final transfer spot. Christopher Hill up on the high side. Franks the one down low in the rust bucket. Your top 3 all single file though.
And you see Franks there, and you were just talking about it, kind of struggling. He's trying to get that low line going, but it just that middle to top groove is a place to be right now. I mean, he's holding his own a little bit going into the turns, but just can't get the bite coming off. See Means out front. Now he's kind of going more towards the lower, kind of sliding it up the matter. Clark's staying more towards the top. Yates is right there with him. I'm with you. Hopefully, maybe that low line comes in later on. Working on cars. What's that? I hear you. Cars. Yeah.
You see Lon, he's setting it deep on the corner. A little bit of contact with
He
Shane
keeps that
Yates
up, meaning
there.
no fenders are going to fall off.
Well, that contact he made with Shane Yates, it messed up the momentum of Christopher Hill. Now look at the 3 wide action we got going on here for 5th place. Almost looking to try to get 3 wide for the final transfer. Yeah, Steven Stefanski down low right now, trying to put himself in at least a good spot for the B-main, if not get up here to Lon Franks, and he's going to get shoved by Blake Steele, and they're going to have a meeting of a tire. Wow.
One's in the tire, the other one is stuck. Got it out from the tire, and that tire's just going flappy.
He got a floppy wheel.
I think it's vibrating like. Look at it.
Blake.
I think it's just bouncing.
And Blake Steele just gonna have to ride out a little groove here.
That
as
white
they
flag,
are
it don't matter. He ain't causing no caution
yeah.
now. Good. He got off the track. Means the man out front. Meanwhile, he got Clark behind him. Yates there. Like Means is gonna put it in and finish it off. Clark, Yates, and Franks, top 4. What a finish to this one. Hey, man, I appreciate the chemo, man, as always. Yeah, late night in here, the dirt track here, Northwest Racing Association near the Pier Stocks. Thing over, waiting on iRacing. Heat race number 3. So we got Wayne Pierce going to be out front in this one. Tyler Jackson there in 2nd. James Stockton, he's going to start 3rd. Ty Dickinson, 4th. Jeremy Vaughn starting 5th. Jordan LaFawn starting 6th. Nicholas Lamb starting 7th. Dylan Simpson in 8th. And Andrew Ian Old. Name right that time. Starting in the 8th place spot. Here we go.
Look at that paint that Wayne Pierce has.
Oh, I was about to say that. That's nice.
That's wild. It's like space on the hood, and it's
got what? Black Diamond Mafia.
It has an alien. Look at the alien behind the number, Joe. That is cool.
Well, I can't. Oh, I see the alien. Yeah, I see it. That's awesome, man. Black Diamond Mafia, alien. Man. You don't want to mess with them, man. They're a mafia.
Yeah.
All right, look at that. Susie out there says, go Ty Dickinson. Now I got to ask, is this the wife, mama, sister, girlfriend? And go Tyler Jackson. So you want Jackson and Dickinson.
I think she may just be pulling for Black Diamond Mafia here.
Nah, true. Why not? Hey. Well, Pierce's Mafia. Is Jackson Mafia also?
Yeah, Jackson's Mafia. Dickinson is Mafia.
Oh, yeah, he's got the Alpha Shark on it, man. Oh, Jackson does. Where's Dickinson at? I don't see.
He is riding right now.
Okay. The mama's out here. Y'all boys better be y'all better stay straight then. Mama said, look, get up front.
Right now, it is a
good.
Black Diamond Mafia 1-2, though, with Pearson.
Be scared of them guys.
Jack.
Man. You got part of Mafia, they might come to your house, man, and steal all your race stuff.
I mean, we got an alien and we got a shark.
Yeah, they got a Mafia with a shark. Maybe they're like a alien Mafia gang or something.
Ah, boy, a little scary.
Right now, man, Pierce out front, Stockton there with it, Jackson, Vaughn. They're battling hard for that second place between Stockton and Jackson. I've been able to get up there to Pierce. We're riding here with Ty Dickinson. He's outside looking in, trying to get around old Jeremy, though, for that fourth place spot.
Yeah, Jeremy Vaughn there in the Camaro, newer Camaro decals on the front of his car. Running for next level racing. See the bottom, it's coming back to life here ever so slightly. That's where James Stockton has been running all heat race, trying to make his way around your race leader, Wayne Pierce. He might be able to get it, not quite going to get it this lap, but he's definitely giving it his hardest, and he's sending it real deep in turn one there.
And a slide job going there and be able to slide up into him. You see Stockton right there battling deep. Pierce trying to hold on to that top side. Just Pierce gets that run off the turn. Look at that. Drag races him off that turn while Stockton's right there to it. Up Teresa. Go Andrew Tenold. That's right. From the grandma. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, Tenold right now struggling just a little bit. He's back here in the back. Still got a shot to get into the field, though. Maybe if some of these guys up here getting caught up in a mess, you just never know, though. That's one thing we talked about this track, Corey. This place is wide enough for 2, 3, 4 laps.
Yeah, and you can definitely see that occurring for the race lead. We're on the white flag here, and James Stockton was scored your race leader the last time by. See if he can hold off Wayne Pierce down low. Wayne Pierce up top. Stockton down low, and he is going to hold him off. Good job by Stockton. Comes from third to win.
Nice. Stockton, Pierce, Jackson, Vaughn, top 4. That should put us into the B main. We got Seth Castle going to be up front. Chris Hill there in second. Jordan LaFawn starting third. Cody Ernest, he's starting fourth. Jacob Stefanski is going to be in fifth. Ty Dickerson there in sixth. Dan Stifler in seventh. Tim Taylor, he's in 8th. Dylan Simpson, 9th. Joey Brewer in 10th. Steven Stefanski, 11th. Nicholas Lamb, 12th. Cody Heathcock, 13th. Blake Steele, 14th. Andrew Tenold is 15th. Now, 12th place is the hot seat, y'all. That's the final cutoff to get into there. So 3 machines go home.
Yeah, and Seth Castle is already disconnected, so
we're sending 2 home. So Tenold back in the back, he's got a shot. Lamb right now sitting on that 12th place spot. Anybody's ball game.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to beat 2 of your competitors. You don't have to finish in the lead. You just got to finish at least 12th or better.
And it's not just, even though you might be marred back there in the back, you might be somebody like Andrew and Blake, like, oh man, it's almost impossible. Yeah, we talk about Lamb sitting there in 12th, but it's not just that position. These guys up front, middle of the pack, top front, they can get into each other, and easily these guys in the back can find themselves up here, 7th and 5th, like that.
Yeah, and I mean, not to mention, you're trying to get as many spots as you can to put yourself up into a better spot for the feature. The winner here starts in 13th in the feature, so definitely 13th back to 24th in the field. You want to try to put yourself at least towards that 13th spot, more so than starting in 24th in the feature.
Absolutely. Here we go. We're lining them up 2 by 2 up front here. Let to go green. LaFawn and company up front. Green flag flies for the B main here. You got Chris Hill and company in the back. Go back to this 11th and 12th place spot. Let's look at Tenold. I just said it. Man come from 14th. He's in the hot seat now in 12th. He could get it.
Yeah, they are 3 wide right there for the transfer spot. Tenold put the right rear a little bit there and was able to make a move on Nicholas Lamb. Gets a little bit of a check up on Joey Brewer.
Up outside looking in for the moment. Brewer got that 12th place. Meanwhile, though, it's a madhouse throughout the whole entire field. Around 9th place spot, they're side by side. 10th place spot, they're side by side. Out front, LaFon, though, he's got a single file with Stefanski. Heels there with him. From 4th on back, kind of side by side.
Yeah, Dylan Simmons right there running in the 4th spot. He has Daniel Stifler to his outside. Behind them, they're still side by side as well. Steven Stefanski trying to pull away from the little bit of a group there. Cody Ernest has Tim Taylor in the mix. And do we have an update here on Tenold? Tenold is falling back again to the 14th spot.
Yeah, just a little bit falling back. I'm watching Blake Steele. He's right there.
And that's going to help a little bit.
Oh, yeah, almost, man. I tell you, that almost hurt real bad. Meanwhile, Brewer holds on to the 12th place. Tenold's right behind him. Lamb's falling off a little bit, maybe 14th. Right in front of Brewer. They're side by side running.
Yeah, Tenold's going to need Brewer to get up here and start fighting with these guys. Brewer, he needs to understand his situation right now. He's in the final transfer spot. As long as Tenold stays back there, he should be safe. But Tenold, he needs to start picking up the wick here a little bit if he wants to have a shot at transfer.
Yeah, so far outside looking in. Tenold, he's right there in 13th. Brewers has got it. Meanwhile, about mid-pack here, about 4th place on. They're battling hard, so still anything can happen. Laps are winding down with 7 to go.
Yeah, just not looking good for Tenold right now. Not a whole lot of action going on for Brewer to be dealing with. Brewer's just running a smooth race, running ever so slightly quicker than what Tenold's running. Tenold running a 462, Brewer running a 411, so Brewer definitely keeping pace on Tenold right now.
Solid race right here. Side by side, Stifler, Hill, Simpson and company. Got Taylor and Steele. Not over with, because any one of these guys get up here and get in trouble. While LaFon and Stefanski gonna run away with it a little bit. Back 12, Brewer, he's got a little bit of a little breathing room between him and Tenold.
Man, Tenold just trying his hardest, but when you're running a tenth slower than the guy in front of you, it's hard to make up that kind of ground. You almost would need a caution here, or for somebody to really get into heavy trouble to have a shot at it. You see a little bit of a shot from Cody Heathcock to Cody Ernest there. It's not enough
right
to
on board here with the,
make a difference.
Oh.
Let's just see how slick this track has gotten here over the course of the event. Cars are starting to get a little bit more sideways than what they were early on when it was all tacky. We are on the white flag for the fawn out front, so anything can happen though.
Yes, things there. LaFon's coming out of 3 and 4. Final time, he's going to take it in here. Stefanski's going to come home in second. It looks like old Brewer, he's going to hang on to the 12th and final transfer spot. Going to get it done here tonight. So, what a B-main it was. So let's let the sights and sounds here of these cars. We'll be right back here in a All right, here we go. Feature time. Just solid here tonight. Northwest Racing Association, Bad Company, Pure Stocks here. Cruz Cadell out front. Bradley Means there in second. James Stockton on start third. Grady Ehrman there in fourth. Zachary Clark fifth. Wayne Pierce up in sixth. Stephen Gaines seventh. Shane Yates there in eighth. Tyler Jackson starting ninth. Blake Doyle 10th. On Franks come in 11th. Jeremy Vaughn starting 12th. Jordan LaFawn starting in 13th. Jacob Stefanski starting in 14th. Chris Hill 15th. Dan Stifler 16th. Steven Stefanski 17th. Dylan Sims. Tim Taylor 19th. Blake Steele 20th. Ty Dickinson there 21st. Cody Ernest 22nd. Cody Heathcock 23rd. And Joey Brewer. All right. Out of cars.
Yeah, all 24 showed up. "40 laps on a 3/8 of a mile track. It should be pretty good."
Oh, yeah.
Seen it kind of getting a little too wide there at the end of Heat 3 and to the B main. Hopefully that sticks around. I haven't seen him push all the way to the outside wall yet, but you still have you see the loose dirt a little bit below where the top is around this track. It might migrate up there. We'll find out though in 40 laps.
True.
Here we go. Cruz is gonna get on the loud pedal and he's gonna try to at least cruise away to the race win here.
Oh, yeah, he's got that outside fresh air, like you said. Stockton and company right there behind him. Got Ehrman looking strong, too. Still a side-by-side race.
Yeah, gonna be chaotic here early on as everybody figures out what lane they want to be in. You see him using up the high side a little bit. Everybody's using either high side or bottom side. Some of them running through the middle. I can see Bradley Means. Again, they did update the tracks where the rubber line isn't as quick as it used to be last season, so that could play a factor on where you want to put this race car. You see right there that was James Stockton, went way up high in the corner.
Yeah, it is. Stockton, like you said, up on the top side, trying to run them down.
Yeah,
Cadell Means out, fell back a little bit. Well, the low line looks like it's coming in.
Yeah, I mean, the low line's still there, but Stockton trying to get the top side worked in a little bit. A lot of loose dirt still up there. Once they push it away from the front tires, he should be able to really start rolling it around up top. It's not quite there yet. Still a long ways to go to the end of the race to build it up. Might not see too big of a cushion for him, but we will see the top at least come in as he's still working up top, trying to work it in. Zachary Clark down low, working the bottom side of the racetrack. No, not a whole lot of wiggle room to make a mistake down there. And he's losing a little bit here to Grady Ehrman. Ehrman up top as well. Maybe running a little bit middle groove more so than the top.
And you see right now, Means went up there to the top. He was hanging down there on the bottom there with Cadell. Cadell's going to stay down on that bottom side. Means now trying to get up on that top side up there with those Stockton and company. We're riding along here with Pierce, who's falling back in the 8th place spot. He's got a battle going on with himself. Right behind him, they're 3 wide, 2 wide.
Yeah, Lon Franks again running the bottom side of the racetrack. He likes to roll around the bottom side of all the tracks on the schedule, and he's making it work a little bit here as he's able to get by Wayne Pierce there. Pierce in the alien ride. A little bit of blink action out of Stephen Gaines there, so hopefully his internet holds together here. Looking to be a manageable blink for him at the very least. As I say that, he does blink out for a whole corner. There's blinking, and then there's a manageable blink, and right now he's right on the cusp of not being a manageable blink.
Yeah. Have to see what happens.
Looks like it's stabilized here in the last lap. And we've ran around here 13 laps in. Still Cruz Cadell out cruising along in the clean air.
Good racing throughout the field, though. Throughout back here, 20th, side by side, and you got right in front of them, they're side by sides. They've got a lot of side by side door action happening throughout the field.
And Christopher Hill has pulled it in 13 laps ago, so unfortunate break for him, quitting on lap 2. You see these cars, they are able to roll that bottom side of the racetrack. Just not a whole lot of horsepower with how heavy these cars are. They can't really pull out of the top side as much as you'd hope. I mean, just if you are gonna run the top, you gotta be super smooth about it, and you gotta be real heavy on the throttle pedal. As you see Grady Ehrman, he's trying to work on James Stockton on the high side. He's got the momentum down the straightaway, and it's gonna score Ehrman in the 3rd position ever so slightly, not by a whole lot. Once he gets cleared, I may expect him to come down the track. Actually, you know what, Joe? Are my eyes deceiving me? But kind of looks like there might be a little bit of a marbling forming up on exit of turn 4 and turn 3.
Well, it looks like.
Yeah, look at that. There is a little bit of a marbling. That's how low they're running. They're running, all of them are running exactly low enough to where there is some marbling formed up within the rubber.
Right now, Cadell means they're out front, have left it pretty good little distance between the 3rd place man here, Ehrman, Stockton, Clark behind them, battling out. Comes old Lon Franks right there, and then the Russ Bucket up to 6. Jackson's there with him. Still seeing some multiple grooves though.
Yeah, seeing the high side come back to life a little bit here and going into the mix, and if they keep running like they are in 3 and 4, they're gonna have that little bit of marbling over top of the rubber. That will actually give them some grip to run right in the middle of the lane, right about where you see Tyler Jackson running right now.
Oh.
In 1 and 2, it's forming up anything, but 3 and 4, it's forming up something.
Forming up something. Well, the one thing, another thing is you talk about the rubber down there on the bottom. They're able to race in it too, but actually that rubber's forming up about up to the middle part of the track too.
Yeah, the only part of the racetrack
big rubber.
Yeah, the only part not rubbered up right now is that very top side, but with how heavy these cars are and not a lot of horses under the hood to pull them out, it's just so hard to make it truly work. See James Stockton, he is really up there. He's got to send it in, maybe hitting the brakes to get the car to turn a little bit in the corner. He goes down to the bottom in 1 and 2, gonna try to run the slider line to catch up to Grady Ehrman. Ehrman just running smooth, and we're gonna have a caution, and it's Ty Dickinson on the front straightaway going around.
Yeah, caution. Let's see what happened. Dev machine. Oh, just it's tagged a little bit from the 71, and he goes roop right around.
Wow.
Look, just a little touchy touch. Surprised that sent him around because you see that kind of contact, and these cars are really tough to send around.
Yeah, it's very light contact, so surprised to see that occur. And they weren't too far up in the field, so not going to affect them too heavily. Stifler was running in the 18th spot. He will be given the EOL for cause of the caution. We have removed Stephen Gaines from the server for blinking action. As we are going to double up here. Gonna send him loose. 14 laps to go. And here we go. Can anybody get that eyesight working to get around Cruz early on in this green flag run? I mean, Cruz Cadell, he's pretty smooth. It's going to be hard to beat him. See James Stockton already back up to the high side, trying to work in a cushion up there. Lon Franks, he's migrated the rust bucket up to the top side, going to thread the needle between the wall and Jordan LaFawn right there. Had to get out of the throttle.
A good run for these guys so far. And it'll be exciting for these last several laps.
It is. See Grady Ehrman, he's still up top trying to trek his way around. He kind of runs a little bit lower top side, and 3 and 4 does the same here in 1 and 2, enters lower in 1 and drifts up into the grippiness on the exit of turn 2. He's just trying everything he possibly can. See Bradley Means, he's going to try to do the same thing as what Ehrman's doing, and goes right back to the bottom side in 1 and 2, thinks it's better down there. I mean, there might be a trick to this track where I feel like 3 and 4 you want to run the bottom, 1 and 2 you'd run the top side.
And to go. It's going to be interesting. Can Cadell hang on to it out front? He's got a pretty good lead here over Means. Might try. He's slinging it up on the top side cushion on the wall. Ehrman's down low. He's got his hands full with Clark and company. Then you got, like you say, LaFawn right behind them, along with old Franks.
And James Stockton, who's the early trier of the high side, he's falling back here to the 7th place. You see Bradley Means once again goes up top in 3 and 4. He's going to try the top side here in 1 and 2. Put that right rear bumper cover right on the wall. Just don't see it working out as good as he probably would hope it would right at the moment. At the line, Cruz running the 16.881, Means running the 16.897, just not gaining any ground.
Bell out front. Means right there behind him. Clark. Ehrman, he's got his hand full low with old Clark. LaFawn, Franks and company. His laps are winding down. We got 5 to go in this one here tonight.
Yeah, burning those tires up as well. Trying to run the high side, you're using a lot more horsepower under the hood to get those wheels turning, so it's going to wear them down a little bit more than what you'd be doing down on the bottom side like Cruz Cadell's been running all night long. He's one of the best he could put out here in a street stock, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. The battle right now, though, is for that 3rd spot. Well, it was. Ehrman lost some places there, and Clark lit on up in there. Here comes LaFawn with him.
Yeah, LaFawn right there. Lon Frank's in the mix. If LaFawn and Clark start messing with each other, he might have a shot at something. As you see LaFawn, he's getting a little bit of a pushy push from Grady Ehrman after that slider out of turn 4.
Laps are winding down here. Set to go around. White flag one more time for Cruz Cadell out front. Bradley Means with him. Clark, he's got a little bit of breathing room in 3rd. Vaughn right there in front of Ehrman. That's going to be your battle, but it's going to be Cadell, man, putting this thing in victory lane with Means and Clark coming around. What a good race here tonight.
And 22 drivers all on the lead lap.
Nice. Awesome. That sets us up for next week. We're in with some of these guys, and man, what a race! What a wild one.
The context, I'll leave that to everybody that's in the Discord.
Yo, bro. Just waiting for these. All right. Here's Cadell. Let's get a word with.
Yeah. Hey there, Cruz. You got a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, domination here at Lanier tonight. Heading into championship week next week. Talk a serious race.
I knew I was gonna be strong. Lanier's probably one of my best tracks in any car on the sim, so knew I wasn't expecting Bradley to be right there on me, though. I will tell you that it's a heck of a drive from him. But I'm glad that we came off and got this win. I wouldn't want to have it any other way, I guess.
Absolutely sets you up good for next week. Before we let you go, though, Cruz, you got anybody to like thank?
Yeah, man. All the guys at House of Speed, NLR, Keith Hackney, Jimmy Massey, Dylan Hauser, all them guys. They really helped me out a lot. Solon's Transportation, CSR, Gears Unlimited. I appreciate y'all for broadcasting and Eddie putting on the league.
Yeah, folks, race winner, Cruz Cadell.
Man, coming up night. Up here. Bradley Means. Will it?
Hey, Bradley, you got a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, second place here at Lanier, heading into championship week next week. Talk a serious race. What you maybe could have done differently to catch up to Cruz?
Well, first of all, Cruz is very fast, so congratulate him on that. I don't know. I think there was like new tire wear or something. I don't know. I just got on this first time all week. Didn't know where to run. Was running basically everywhere on the racetrack except for about that middle lane, but I don't know. If Cruz would have just kept messing up, I think I could have did it, but Cruz don't usually mess up.
Well, either way, good strong finish here. Before we let you go, you got anybody to like thank?
The guys at the team on DSR and Adrenaline, Ty Dickinson, Mama Bear, all the fans. I think that's about it.
There you have it. Second place, Bradley Means.
Thank you, thank you.
Zachary, Joy in the booth, got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, you look strong out there. Came home third here tonight. Maybe anything else you could have done to run those guys down in front?
Oh, man, probably not, man. We were just happy to hold on to what we had, to be honest with you. It's the best run I've had this season in WRA, so we're happy with it. It's all about qualifying. That's just what me and Cruz were talking about a few minutes ago, man. It's really everything. You just got to qualify good and put yourself in position and try to hang on for dear life from there. But I appreciate those guys for racing me clean. But, this track, it's real hard to pass on, so you just got to try to hold serve with what you got. But, Cruz is, I'd say him, Jamie Massey, JC Floyd are 1A, 1B, 1C in these street stocks. So anytime you can stay on the same straightaway as them, you got to feel pretty decent about it.
Well, there you have it, man. Third place, man. You got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
Oh, yeah. We'll thank Race On, sponsor of the number 727 car, and, all the great folks we run with typically on here. I don't align with the team, but I got a lot of good friends that are on teams. TNT Racing, that's Tim Taylor, Seth Castle with Adrenaline. I'm friends with all these guys. I'd rather just keep it that way and stay friends with all these guys rather than bumping heads if anything were to come to it like that. So, no, just race on here and have a good time, man. And thank you guys for putting this on. Thanks.
There you go. Third place, man. Old Zachary Clark bringing it up here. Well, next week, Corey, we crown a champ here at the Bad Company, Pure Stock, Northwest Racing Association. Going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I mean, Cruz is going to have that padded lead on the points heading in next week, so going to be exciting.
All right, well, folks, I'm going to head out tonight for myself and everyone here. Have a good night.